management, I think it's perceived wrongly in Slovenia. I think we undervalue what good managers are. If we had a good manager at Elan would be a successful company. You know, because we have a good manager at Celtra, we might be a billion-dollar company. So management would need to become something that also at the Faculty of Economic Faculty in Ljubljana, we would need to build it into something that's valuable. People would need to be proud that they go somewhere to be managers. You don't become manager being graduating, you know, you need to go out there for 10 years, have this on your to-do list. I'm gonna learn all of this and I'm gonna be a manager.
We are here in the same planet to preserve humanity and to create evolution. So to bring everyday higher quality of life with using less of resources and with less harming the earth. That's the goal. And this evolution is gained by innovations. And we are all cooperating. And I like the minister words from before about cooperation. I don't like word competition. I like the word co-opetition. We have to compete, to cooperate and compete to bring all together life quality on the higher level. Yeah?
Because today it's not about smart cities, it's not about smart technology, it's not about the digital revolution. The future is really about smart and using the smart that is in our brains. Smart people, and we have that asset. Slovenia has an unbelievable amount of smart people. But if smart people don't have enough data, they can't apply their smartness. And that's what I heard today many times. You have to expose them, you have to take them out, you have to bring them into a hard situation. And sometimes being in Slovenia, for sure, because it's really nice to live here. You know, my biggest frustration when I come to my offices is it seems everything is too slow for me. So what I do is I take them to London for a month. And they go into this mode of running like hell. Why? Because there's so much happening, so much data being exchanged, so much emotions being exchanged. And it's true. They all want to come back, but I would tell everybody to go off. I had the luxury of being 4 years when I was very young. If I were not in a UK school for 4 years when I was 6 to 10, I would probably not be where I am.
The reason why I believe in Slovenia having a great potential is when I come to Celtra in Ljubljana, 50 engineers, some designers, all between 25 and 35, so you know I'm the oldest there. And I look at them, how they work, how they speak English, how they work as a team when they need to. You know, I know they can move mountains. But what we lack is those people that build those bridges, and those people need to go to the markets. I don't believe even those incubators you have here, ABC incubator, I think there's somebody that's going to talk about this today too. That's great, but when you have those companies come up with great ideas, encourage them to go to the market. You need to be in the market where you try to sell for 2, 5, 10 years. Endurance, persistence.
We as Slovenians, we need to look at the global market as our market, not only Slovenia. Slovenia is relatively problematic as a market, not only because it's small, there are other specifics, we all know about it. I think there were lots of discussion. I'm looking at Mitja Jermol, he's running this AI lab and he will be here in like 5 minutes or so. His business is working with companies like Bloomberg in the US and other major companies who are their customers. So I think Slovenia and also Celtra, I mean, we have so many examples where we see that successful Slovenians working for the global market being successful globally. And I think that's the kind of potential in Slovenia to look at maybe not necessarily going after some really big things, but looking at some niche markets can be really extremely narrow, but in the global space they can be quite big.
No, for us definitely Slovenia was perfect to start GoOpti. Perfect conditions. On one side we have great location with all the countries and cities around us, and on the other side really unfortunately inefficient transportation, public transportation. So it was actually this combination that allowed us, that we have seen that there is demand that needs such service, but on the other side we have seen that there is still, and it's a reason why maybe it's inefficient, the standard, the old school transportation, because there is just not enough people traveling on these routes. So we had to actually invent a new business model, a new concept actually to make it work also here. So we did this demand responsive transportation probably faster and easier here because we had this problem than if we would do it somewhere else.
Yes, decisions, as we said before, but also decisions with the right people, within the right moment, and with the wisdom for the future. And where I think we do have great potential still is our young people, youth, our talents, like we see them here, and many of you here. And even more, we have everything here. It's just a matter how we manage all this and what frames are we ready to lose also to be a bit different.
And by side effect was actually to think about how education should look like and whether we can bring Slovenia on the map of the world as a first reference country on open education. So we have been starting to talking with all the rectors around Slovenia, with the headmasters of schools, headmasters of primary schools, secondary schools, directors of the kindergartens who went to talk to the industries, and they all expressed interest to be part of it. And just to rephrase, just to show you how this looks like right now, is that I just came back recently from the States, when we have been invited, we Slovenians have been invited to the close meeting of the State Department and White House office to discuss with them how we can help US on building up competencies on open education.
I had a really interesting interview 2 days ago by somebody that is really influential, and he asked me, why are you still there? And I said, come on, man, I mean, of course the quality of life is amazingly big, but also Slovenia is a country to be in right now if you want to struggle, because I believe that in 10 years we're going to be something big. If we just keep this way of thinking, and I have to say I see some changes. That's just the way how I look at things. I will never talk bad about our country. That's not my thing to do.
My colleagues, managers of IT companies here in Slovenia, I think they have great ideas, they have excellent products, but very niche stuff. So we have more than 250 companies which are better or worse on the money side, but I think very good products and solutions, and we have to connect. We have to make something that we could put on the table in the name of Slovenia as a country and also of our companies. So to make a bigger product, to make a bigger idea and not complain about each other, but to step together and make next step. So I think this every day a new idea, every day a new challenge. I think this is why we are doing it.
The only way I see that we change something is to motivate other people. And that means working with people, talking to people, trying to present what is important for this country. I have 3 mantras at my ministry, and I talk about them all the time. This is quality, internationalization, and good cooperation with business.